Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley. You may have noticed that I did not post a June favorites, and I'm probably not going to post a July favorites either. Instead of either of those, I think I'm just going to do like a summer essentials video instead. I just feel like I wasn't feeling well most of June, so I wasn't really trying anything new, and it would be kind of a boring video. So instead, by the time I post this, it should be like the second week of July or so I can give you a good idea about some summer essentials. I feel like I'm an expert on this topic because not only am I a teacher, so summers are very important to me. I always try to take them off if I can, but also I live in Hawaii, right? Where it's kind of like summer all the time. I thought of some things that are kind of out of the box and kind of personal depending on who you are. I'm actually really excited about this video, so let's just get into it. Okay, first thing I have on here is body sunscreen. Especially this being a beauty channel, you're gonna wanna use different sunscreen for your face than you do for your body, right? One that's not going to cause any breakouts or sensitivity, which can actually be kind of hard to find with a facial sunscreen. So let's start with the body sunscreen. This is a really personal thing. I think we all have our preferences about sunscreen. I prefer the spray ones. I really like this Banana Boat Sport. I try to get the SPF as high as they have. And I like this one just because it's a lot easier. You can lock the lid or unlock it so that it's not like, accidentally pressing and spilling all over everything. But I feel like I'm more likely to use a sunscreen if it comes in a can like this, just because it's easier and quicker. I really like this one. I've used this one for literally years. Like usually they last me for a while, and then I've just repurchased the same one. So this is a newer one for me. The second thing you want to find is a good facial sunscreen. Like I was saying, it can be hard to find because even ones that say that they're for sensitive skin can still break people out. It just sort of seems like the nature of sunscreen. I like to use the sunscreen in the CeraVe Ultralight Moisturizing Lotion, which has a broad spectrum of SPF 30 in it. I use this every single day. It doesn't break me out. It's a moisturizer. Now, if you're really going to be doing some activities in the sun, like swimming, running, things like that, you probably want to find a sunscreen for your face specifically that has more SPF than this, a higher SPF. But if you're just going about your daily life, I really, really like this one, and thankfully it has sunscreen in it. So I love that this is lightweight and it's matte. So if you have oily skin, I feel like the summer thing is for people to be glowy, which I totally understand. But the problem is that like half the population has oily skin. So you're like, okay, but what about me? I can't have really oily products because I'm just gonna get oily throughout the day and I'm gonna look crazy, right? So what I like about this one is that it has a matte finish. That way, if you want that glowy skin, you could add products on top of it that aren't gonna make you look like a grease ball at the end of the day, if that makes sense. So I really like this stuff. And I actually shared in my recent empties video, this normally lasts me like a year. You probably should purchase it more often than that because it does have sunscreen in it, so it probably will expire. That says, oh no, actually expiration 2024. But I don't know if that's like if you haven't used it. I think you want to be changing out your SPF frequently because I know SPF can go bad. Okay, next thing you're gonna wanna have. This has been a love of mine for years. Some people wanna be full coverage in foundation all year round. That is totally fine. I'm wearing full coverage foundation right now. But sometime you're hanging out by the pool or something, you don't want to have a full coverage foundation on. So you want to find a CC cream, BB cream, tinted moisturizer, something that works for you. Like I said, for me, I have oily skin in my T-zone. So my favorite is actually the IT Cosmetics CC Plus, but the matte version, because like I said, I tend to get oily throughout the day. The regular version I really like too. It's just a little bit too like, when my natural oils come through, I start to look greasy and I don't like that. So I really, really like this. And if you use this with the other moisturizer, this also has SPF in it, and it's SPF 40, which is great. And the cool thing too about this is I've noticed when I use this a lot, like every day, because it has such good skincare in it, it actually starts to improve my skin too. This has pretty high coverage. If you're looking for something that's a little bit lower coverage, I feel like you could shear this out though if you really wanted to. I have more to cover, so I'm normally okay with this, but I would just be on the lookout. Drugstore has some really great options too. Like, it doesn't have to be high end. This is just what I've used, and I love that when you use it a lot, it really starts to make your skin better, so I feel like it's kind of worth it. But the drugstore has some great options as well. It's a very personal thing again. You just have to be on the lookout for something that works for you, but I do recommend that if you're not going to use a sunscreen for your face, that you find a tinted moisturizer, CC cream, BB cream that has that sunscreen in there to at least give you extra protection. So if you're using this plus something like that moisturizer, you're probably going to be doing pretty good. The next one I have is cream blush. So this is where, if my base is mostly matte, now I can start to add in some of that glow. Cream bronzer as well. I can't say I found a cream bronzer yet that I'm like crazy about. I like the e.l.f. one. I really like the Patrick Ta, the duos that they have where it's a cream and a powder. But still, I don't know if I would totally say that those are holy grails for me. But these cream blushes are amazing. It's Milani Cheek Kiss blushes. This is looking a little worse for wear, but that's okay. This is in the shade Nude Kiss. These are super, super pigmented though. So what I do is I like to take a duo fiber brush like this and just tap it in one time. Like, it's that pigmented. And then spread it, and you can probably even spread it on the other side too. That's how pigmented it is. But these are really glowy and really pretty, and they actually last well throughout the day. So if, like me, you have oily skin but you want to add back in that glow, this would be a great way to do that. So if you're looking for some good cream options for summertime, I really like these, and they're super affordable at the drugstore. The next thing that you're going to want to look for is either a waterproof mascara or a tubing mascara. And sometimes they even make both. So like this Sky High Lash Sensational Mascara is actually waterproof. See, there's that little blue waterproof sign. This is a tubing mascara. It's not the greatest tubing mascara I've ever found. I think if you're truly looking for a just tubing formula, I think the Snapscara from Maybelline is better. Of course, there's the liquid lash extensions from Thrive Cosmetics, but this one is pretty good. It lasts well. It's not horrendous with taking it off. I've had way worse waterproof mascaras in terms of like actually removing them. This is a good one. And it's, once again, just personal preference. I mean, mascaras are so personal. So you have to find one that's good for you. And then you have to find, you know, the waterproof version maybe. But sometimes it's still hit or miss, because I love the Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced, but their waterproof version to me is not as good as the original. So you really just have to try things out and find what works for you. And if you don't know what a tubing mascara is, it only comes off with warm water. So unless you're like crying or, you know, you're actually trying to remove it with warm water, it should stay on pretty well. The next thing you need, I've talked about this a lot, is a good setting spray. You need the Urban Decay All-Nighter. There are drugstore options. The Milani Make It Last is also pretty good, but this is always my favorite. It just locks everything in but doesn't change the finish. So once again, if you have oily skin like me, this isn't going to make you more oily. But if you are deciding to wear makeup and it's hot outside, obviously you want to make sure that it lasts as long as possible, especially with all that effort that you're putting in. This next one, we're getting into like, this is the Hawaii in me. So you need good slippers. And when I say slippers, I am not talking about house slippers. In Hawaii, we call sandals slippers. Okay, so I'm gonna keep saying slippers because I will not remember to say sandals. Okay, so just preface that now. But you need a good pair for every day. So in my normal life, I wear slippers pretty much all the time, unless I'm going to a really special event. I even wear them to work. You just buy some that are like a little bit nicer. My favorite that I've had are the Olukais, which are really popular in Hawaii, but I don't think they're actually a Hawaii-based brand, but they're very popular here. Very expensive, but they're really well made. And if you get the right color, like a tan, a white, or a black, they really do go with anything. Just trust me on this. Just try it. You don't need to buy super elaborate sandals unless you want to, right? Regular slippers, just with a higher quality, work perfectly fine. But you're gonna want different slippers for water stuff. So if you're going to the beach, hanging out at the pool, Trust me, I've ruined Olukais doing that because they're not supposed to be for water. They're just supposed to be for dress. I think they make some for water, but if I was gonna buy some slippers specifically to like go to the beach, they have the ones at Old Navy for like super cheap. You can find them anywhere really, but then again, I'm in Hawaii, so maybe not. Here they have them at Long's, which is CVS, Walmart, everywhere. Just find some that are a good, like that material that is going to be okay if it gets, you know, sprayed with water or whatever. This next one, some of these I'm just going to be popping in pictures. You need some good jean shorts, which is basically what I live in all the time here. If I was living in a place where I had different seasons in the summer, that's what I'd be living in. It's surprisingly hard to find good ones right now because I feel like all of them are super high-waisted right now that I can find. Like Target, I used to always buy my jean shorts at Target, and now they're just way too high-waisted, and you know, it's just not totally my style. So I've actually gone to Old Navy, which is funny because I never used to like Old Navy's clothes. I don't know if it's like me getting older or they're actually like selling clothes that I like better. But jean shorts, they have a lot of different styles. I would just keep in mind that their different styles are different sizes. Just because you're an 8 in one doesn't mean you're going to be an 8 in a different style. Definitely make sure that you try them on, but they're good quality and they have different types. If you like the super high-waisted, they have those. They have the boyfriend ones, which are my favorite. Just invest in some good ones that you're going to be hanging out in all summer long. Same thing with tank tops, short sleeve shirts. I found some really good ones at Old Navy at the beginning of the summer that I've just been living in, and they were not that expensive, especially if you go when they're having a sale, or if you have the, I think it's called like Super Cash, you should be able to get good deals on them. And I'll pop in some pictures of ones that I've bought and some links as well, but invest in them. Get some clothes that you feel comfortable in. That was something that I really was focused on this summer. Of I'm maybe trying to get more fit, but that doesn't mean I should wait until I'm fit to have clothes that actually fit my body well. If you can afford it, and you should be able to do this on a budget too, just get 1 or 2 pieces that you feel super comfortable in. Okay, this next one, I cannot find for the life of me, but I'll pop in a picture. Lip balm, but specifically the Nivea lip balm. There's something about how soft it is. It's almost like velvety feel. I'm not really though. It's really hard to explain. Like, it's different from other lip balm formulas. I discovered Nivea when I was on Accutane and I had super dry lips. It was the only thing that didn't drive me crazy having it on my lips, because ointment tends to be a little bit too heavy on my lips, like Aquaphor. But this is just like really smooths out your lips, makes you feel hydrated all day. They have lots of different, they even have like different tints, and they have different scents. Some are unscented. So I would just look into it. If you like lip balm, but you're not crazy about like the ointment type, try Nivea. Let me know what you think. Okay, the next one's gonna be self-explanatory, but you need a good water bottle, right? So I have 2 options here to show you. My fiance knows I'm a very big water bottle tumbler person. I have a lot of them, but I use all of them in my defense. This is the one going viral right now. It is the Stanley. You can actually find these at Target. I have a different one that's like an ombre pink color. That one I found at Target. This one I ordered online on their website. What's great about these is that they have the really nice handle and the straw, and they fit in cup holders. So if like you're going to the gym, they're a really good option. If you are going to work, they're a really good option. Now, if you're going to like the beach or something like that where it might be bopping around your bag, probably not a good option. I also have a hydro flask that I love for times like that, but for just everyday things, I really love that one, but I know it's expensive. It's $40. One that I also love that is much less expensive is this towel brand. You can get these at Walmart. I don't think you can find this exact pattern anymore, but they have other ones. I just was at Walmart the other day and they had it. This I love. This is more of my just around the house water bottle, and you can actually fit a straw in there too. The only downside of this one is it's more of my house water bottle than my going out, because it doesn't fit in a cup holder. But this lid is not the sturdiest thing in the world, so like if you were just letting this roll around, water would probably come out of it. So sometimes I take this out with me, but I like seat belt it in. If you want something that's going to be more mobile, I would get the Stanley. But these are great too. I've had this for 2 years, I think, and it's still going strong. Like I said, I use a lot of different water bottles though. I like to rotate through them. depending on how I'm feeling that day. Find a bathing suit that you love. They have a lot of really good options at Target right now, actually. I went the other day and bought one at Target that's a one piece that I love. I'm kind of in this weird, like, I'm trying to get more into shape, so I'm in a weird in-between size between like medium and large, so a lot of my old bathing suits don't fit me great, and that goes back to the thing I said earlier of it doesn't matter. Yes, I know you're spending money, but if it makes you feel confident, that can be worth more, you know, just budget. It's from Target. It's not from Macy's. It's not from Rip Curl, you know what I mean? So it should be more affordable, and they've been having a lot of sales on bathing suits right now. So find one that you feel really confident in, that you know, don't mind being in all summer long and you feel happy in. And then along with that, find a cover up that you really like. So a lot of cover ups are really cute, but they're not really that functional. I like to find cover-ups that I could run into a restaurant in, or Target in, Starbucks in, and not feel weird that like you can totally see through my cover-up and my bathing suit underneath. Some people don't care. It's just a personal thing for me. So I try to find some that are usually darker and are dress sort of length, and you can just pop right on and then hang out, you know, and then when you're ready to go back in the pool, you just take it right off. It's easy. But you'd be surprised at the difference that a really good cover-up that is super functional can make. I also bought a new one from Target because I decluttered a lot of my clothes lately, and I think some of my cover-ups might have ended up in there, which is okay because they're old, probably 7 years old or something. Like, they've lasted a long time. I think their time has come for them to be passed on to somebody else. So I'm okay with it, but I found one at Target the other day that I really, really like. And then along with the apparel vein, sundresses. Anybody that knows me knows that I pretty much live in sundresses, and you don't have to get expensive ones. Half of the sundresses I got from Ross. Doesn't have to be expensive, just something that you can throw on that you feel pretty in, that once again is super functional. You could, you know, go hang out with your friends, or you could go on a date night, something that you can dress up or down. That's the thing that I love about sundresses. Ross has a lot of really great ones, probably TJ Maxx too. I don't have one that's near me, but probably there too. Ross for sure. If you do live in Hawaii, a lot of my sundresses are from Jeans Warehouse. So they're not going to be the most well-made quality things in the world, but they'll probably last you a year or two, and highly recommend getting some sundresses that you really like if you like dresses. If not, if you are more of a shorts person, go to Old Navy, get the shorts, you'll be very happy. Once again, this is gonna sound dumb, but fizzy water of your choice, like carbonated water that you like. For some reason, when I'm not feeling like Diet Coke, which I tend to drink a lot, I like to go for carbonated water. But you have to find the ones that you really like. I've been getting LaCroix lately just because they're at Costco and it's cheaper, but I really like the AHA brand. They have those at Target. They even have caffeinated versions of those. So just find the ones that are right for you. They're great because they're so refreshing. You know, you're not going to feel weird after you drink them. A step up from drinking just regular old water, which we all should be. But sometimes you're feeling like something different, you know, like when you're feeling like a soda, sometimes that can be a really great alternative. Slight, you know, healthier, but not just plain old water. And last but not least, you are going to want to find a show to binge. That's probably all year round, but for me specifically, because I have summers off, that's one of my favorite things to do, is choose a show to rewatch or watch for the first time, whatever it is. And you'd be surprised how happy it could make you. I have anxiety, so I tend to watch the same shows over and over again. Some really good summer ones. I love the show Rain. That's what I'm rewatching right now. That's been my go-to. Gilmore Girls is another one. The Bold Type is a really great summer one, just because those always came out in the summertime too, so that's what it reminds me of. But find a show, and it can be new, but look back into shows that you used to love that you haven't watched in a long time, because it can be really fun to rewatch those. It's just something fun to do in the summertime. I feel like parents probably have less time in the summer because their kids are not at school, but it just kind of depends on where you're at in life. Probably a good rule of thumb anytime around, find a good show that just makes you happy, you know, that can take you out of whatever struggles you might be having in this world and going into another one. So that is everything. Some of those were kind of unusual, I feel like, and some were just like probably ones everybody would say, but I hope that you got some ideas of things as we close out the summer. Oh my gosh, like by the time this goes up, I think I only have like 1 more week left of summer or something like that, because teachers go back the last week of July here in Hawaii, so kind of crazy. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that you'll subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, I hope that you hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you guys. Bye.